The obituary for the business read, "Well, we failed. We set out with ambitious plans, but after a year of development, we've run out of cash and are shutting down Wattage." This heartfelt article written by the founder of this company, Wattage, goes on to explain how they burned through about $250,000 in cash that they'd raised from friends and family while developing their very cool product until they ran out of money. This is an all too common story among startups, where the fact is that 90% of new businesses and products fail in the market. My purpose and goal today is to help you ensure that you are part of the 10% that succeed and that you don't have to write an obituary for your business. In his book, If You Build It, Will They Come?, the author, Rob Adams, explains the mistaken entrepreneurial process that he calls ready, fire, 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 and then aim. Ready is building your shiny new product or service. Fire is launching that product out into the market and then rebuilding it and launching again and again in search of a successful target. And finally, if through launching and relaunching and firing, you found a target market, then you take aim and focus in on that market. But how many billions of dollars have been wasted because people don't aim before building their product by learning two things. First of all, what do people want? And second, are they willing to pay you for it? There is a way to get answers to these questions quickly and efficiently, and it's called market research. Now, there are three main reasons in my experience that people don't conduct market research on their new business ideas. The first is money. And I get it. Money is tight in most new startups. But would it make sense to invest 10% of your product development budget to ensure that the remaining 90% is spent on developing the right product? For a small fraction of the $250,000 that our obituary company raised, they could have conducted market research themselves in-house. And if they didn't have time to or didn't know how to, they could have outsourced research to professionals for somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000. Basic research could have been done where professionals would have interviewed decision makers and influencers in their target market to identify, are they headed in the right direction? To discard ideas that people are not willing to pay for, to understand gaps in the market where there might be an opportunity or where people are looking for a solution to solve a problem, and to get some basic attitudes and ideas around pricing. The second reason is time. Entrepreneurs are already working long hours, and every hour that's taken away from developing and building your product is an hour longer that it's going to take to get your product into the market. But market research does not have to take a long time. If you were to focus on it as your top priority, within about 2 months, you should be complete with your initial market research. And you would have direct and personal feedback and experience of talking to people in your market. And if you outsource it to professionals, the market research, the interviews, and then getting back a full report with feedback, with direct quotes, and with business recommendations around the research could be back to you within about 4 to 6 weeks. And there's an added time benefit. Oh, and by the way, you could continue to work on your product while that work is ongoing. But there's an added time benefit in that oftentimes the reports from this type of research, especially if they're conducted externally, are enough for you to use to attract additional investment funding. And the third reason that people don't conduct market research is fear. And there are two reasons within fear. And the first is entrepreneurs who think and believe that their idea is so disruptive, so groundbreaking, so conceptually new that people will not be able to understand it until they've actually built the product. And the second fear is more personal. It's fear of going out and talking to people who might not like your idea or might cause you to need to change it or to even to discard the idea that you love. We recently did work for a company out of Germany that had this belief that nobody would understand their new idea until they fully and completely built it out. They contacted us a year after their new product launch failed to generate any sales. They approached us to help them prioritize which market to focus on first. And then once that was done, to understand how to message effectively into that market, and then to identify key decision makers in that target market that they could approach from a sales point of view. I'm pleased to say that as a result of that work, they are now in active discussions, sales discussions, with two of the world's largest automobile manufacturers. Entrepreneurs need to be brave in many ways, and one of the most important ways is for you to require of yourself that you go out and understand the needs in your target market before you build a product. Market research will significantly increase your confidence as you go out and talk to investors, as you continue building your product, and as you assemble your go-to-market plans and strategy, knowing that it is highly likely that you are going to be successful when you launch your product to market. To achieve your dreams for your business, I encourage you to take aim and then get ready and then fire. Thank you.